Here today, I'm reviewing the beautiful Spaziale S1 coffee machine. Okay, so first things first, the exterior. We have got side panels. They come in black, they come in red, and they come in grey as well. So we've got those different colour options, and that will change the side panel. Here in the front, we've got the side, got your tray. Here collects all the wastewater. Yep. Then you've got tank here for your water as well. So this is obviously the water that is about to go through the machine. So this is a header tank. It's not the boiler, because obviously the water will be boiling out the top of it. You're giving off lots of steam. So it goes from there into your boiler. Okay, so the S1 has two boilers. One boiler for steam, one boiler for your coffee, and your steam also controls your hot water function as well on the machine. So, why do we have two boilers? The reason we have two boilers is because the two will act independently of each other. What normally happens is if you take hot water off your standard coffee machine, the hot water will then refill with cold water. That will then affect the temperature of your coffee via a heat exchanger mechanism that works inside the tank. So by separating the two systems, you end up with much more accurate temperature control, which is what we want. So the temperature is displayed here. The temperature is displayed here across the top of the machine. Okay, we have different temperatures here which are relating to the temperature of the water that's producing the coffee. Now, because Spaziale have tried to get it right, but because in different places in the world, the machine will be set up to different electrical standards, and then also you've got differences in terms of the external temperature to the machine. There is a differential between the actual boiler and the water that comes out of the coffee, and that is very bad, and we don't like that. So what have we got to stop that from happening? We can set a differential on the machine, so we can find out the temperature at here, set a differential on the machine, so that essentially what we see on here is the temperature that is coming out of the group head. And that can be calibrated on your machine. We can do that for you if you ask very nicely. So you have full volumetric control. What does volumetric control mean? Well, it's volume, isn't it, obviously? Volume is the amount of water that you've got in each shot, so we can control that, and it's done by a flow meter, much in the same way as it's done on a commercial coffee machine. So once we've set that, it will dispense the same amount time and time and time after, again and again and again. Okay? The next thing we've got is we've got a single and we've got a double. So we can do two shots or we can do one shot. So you can do a double at the same time on this machine, or you can do a single. So here's my two baskets, double handle, single handle. Double handle's got double the amount of space for the coffee, and the single handle obviously has half the amount of space as the double because it's only doing a single shot. Okay, so what else does it have? Well, Spaziale use a smaller diameter on their group handles, so it's not standard E61. The diameter is less, but what the belief is there is that will then mean that your shot height is greater. If the shot height is greater, when you are tamping down a tamper, like so, if I'm tamping my coffee down, and I might be a bit silly, I'm tapping it like that, I'm not doing it properly, or maybe I've got this on the wrong, on a tilt. If it's not perfectly level, you end up with the water going basically down towards the path of least resistance and getting around the coffee. Now, if you have obviously a higher shot, it doesn't matter, because essentially it's still going to make it through a greater proportion of coffee. So having basically the reduced diameter group handle does give you a more consistent shot and therefore a more consistent espresso. The last buttons we've got on here, so obviously you've got your on-off button, that's self-explanatory, I'm not going to explain that to you. And then you've got the boiler function. So what does the boiler do? Well, the boiler is if you basically don't want to make cappuccinos and lattes, and you just want to make espresso. So maybe you're a little bit continental, you don't like foaming your milk, and you prefer to turn that boiler off, then you can turn your steamer boiler off, and thus save some electricity, save the planet, yes. Okay, so the other thing that we can do is we can vary the temperature on here, and that's very simply done by the following. Press and hold this button here. Okay, and I cycle through my available temperatures until I reach the one that I desire. Press that again, it's set. Okay, so that is essentially the machine. You've got a ball joint on your steam arm. What's a ball joint? A ball joint is one which basically allows you to tilt it in multiple directions because it's basically like a socket like this, so it'll allow you to twist it so that you can get it so it's perfect for foaming your milk. Maybe you like it like this, or maybe you like to tilt it that way. Okay, scorch guard obviously there to stop you from burning yourself. Okay, then we've got lever steam here, which is used on a lot of the Spaziale commercial machines, like the one over here. So lever steam, what's the benefits of lever steam? If I'm foaming milk here and I've just started using a coffee machine, I might be a bit nervous. So typically what I might be doing is I might be holding my jug like this and holding my finger like that, thinking, oh gosh, it's going to burn me. So any minute now I need to be able to turn it off. Now that's what with a rotary turn steam arm, which you would have to turn. With this, I've got a lot more confidence because I know essentially all I need to do is turn that like so to turn it off. So I've got a lot of confidence now, and I just go like that and the thing is turned off. So that means that I can use two arms, two hands whilst foaming, and that will lead to a better cappuccino and a better latte. Give you an idea. Okay, now because I've got two boilers, I can use the steam at the same time as it's pouring the coffee. Okay, so the thing that's nice about this steam arm is it's more or less giving out very similar high quality dry steam, so less water portion in the steam, than your conventional domestic machines that are on the market. Very similar to what you'd be getting out of a commercial machine. You can tell by the speed it took me to foam that milk then. The other thing is that you get a really good milk foam, which is essential if you're making cappuccino and latte. And also, it's very good for doing latte art. Okay, not bad for a guy with a beard as a head. So, your Spaziale S1. If you're wanting to purchase the machine with added extras, don't forget, because of the narrow diameter of the group handles, you must get the correct tamping tool. If you multi-buy with Bean Heroes, you will get the grinder cheaper, you will then get the tamper cheaper, and basically the discounts increase the more stuff you buy. So if you're going for a package, you can put it all together and you can get a big reduction, so you can have the right tamper, right knockout box, and the correct grinder.